Is it easy to make that transition as you see it right about now? Having the individuals who are going to be using the program get the learning or build the capacity that you want them to?
Yes, there's excitement within the ministry and the other ministries. I think most of the users understand the challenges that we have now, and they're eager to get on board onto the new system. Of course, not everybody has the same vision. So until some people see it, then they will understand fully what it is, because the system is intended to add a lot of value to what we do and how we do it. It's going to have end-to-end processing. It's going to have a lot of security features. We also will be introducing things like a portal. So we'll have different channels for clients to access the services of the ministry. So the web portal is going to be something that I am hoping, and the ministry is hoping, that will be welcome. We are taking into consideration that not every citizen may be able to use an online approach. So that's why we are keeping other channels open, but we are hoping that the online approach will ease a lot of the burdens of requesting a social service from this ministry.
I really love the fact that for this part, we've been literally speaking to the back end of the system, of the solution. When we return, we want to speak to the clients that you would have alluded to. We are speaking about the Integrated Social Enterprise Management System with Director Paul Caney. Stay with us. We return with more.
The best for your baby is at thebesttoys.com. From the best strollers, car seats, baby carriers, high chairs, booster seats, rockers, jumpers and bouncers, walkers, baby blankets, feeding accessories, bathtubs, gyms and playmats, playpens, cribs, baby swings, changing tables, diaper bags, clothing and accessories, and the widest range of educational toys. We carry Infantino, Dr. Brown, Avent, Graco, Chico, Fisher-Price, VTech, Leapfrog, Disney Baby, Delta Children, Medela, and Twist Shape. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship McLean. Shop online now at thebesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 332-BABY. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Time to get up.
That's for you. And that's for you. Feel better, Mom.
Panadol Multi-Symptom. Relief in minutes. 7 cold and flu symptoms. Panadol Multi-Symptom. A dose of efficacy and care.
This is Tempo Networks, your truly Junior K. It's the Cross Caribbean Countdown. Today, we're visiting another exciting business establishment. Yeah, 5-star Kids Boutique.
I like the way you kiss me first in the morning. I like it. I really, really like it. And I like the way you make me feel so appreciated. I like it.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
Welcome back. We are speaking with Director Paul Caney about the Integrated Social Enterprise Management System coming out of the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services, and more specifically, Information Communication Technology Division. And Mr. Caney, who is the ideal person to benefit from this in terms of the clients that you're hoping to serve?
So first, before I even talk about the technology side, that single door approach is really the caveat in this whole thing. Now, the approach is outside of ICT, and ICT will support that new approach, that single door. So the single door approach says that there's no wrong door, and all those are the right doors. So when you come to the ministry, so all clients will benefit from this new trust. The benefit is that, for example, we may have clients that come in for a service, and let's say they come for a grant, a food grant. By having this approach, this holistic approach, we will be able to assess that client and probably determine, and the experts, I'm not the expert on this part, but the experts will be able to determine and say, okay, yes, we're going to assist you with a food grant, but because we have looked at your case in terms of a case management and from a holistic view, we can also offer you, it might be some training, education, some program, seed program, or something else. So the general clients will benefit. These are the vulnerable persons in society. I think the limitation before is that when they came with one thing in mind, and they went directly to the unit that they requested that service from. Now we'll be able to assess them and give them more than they came for. So that's the benefit to the clients.
And with that in mind, Mr. Kane, are there other ministries who you'll be, because you spoke about Ministry of Digital Transformation, but are there other ministries that are signing on to this? I'm glad you mentioned the fact that iGov has this integral role in it, because in terms of expected outcomes or benefits of this management system, is this something that you think we can see between ministries? You spoke about a person coming in for one service or one grant, and the management system being able to say, no, you can also apply for this. This is something that can also be afforded to you. Do you see that spreading out a little more?
Yes. One of the strengths in the system is the ability to do referrals. So we have already had conversations in our requirements gathering stage. We already met with a lot of ministries, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Gender, Children Authority, Ministry of Housing. So we met with a lot of ministries. And of course, there are some constraints that some ministries are at different points in building their capacity and ICT infrastructure. But this particular solution takes a layers approach in terms of data sharing. So we have simple data sharing that can be as simple as we provide a portal for a ministry so that they can view some information that is on our system. So, for example, if a ministry provides a similar grant, they can now access our information without having to send an email or those requests. They can have a view, an online view where they can do that particular search. We have also, but we, in the other layer, in the deeper layer, that what we want to do is create those back-end referral type technology. So we can use an application programming interface, an API, and we can send information directly and receive information directly from other ministries in sharing information. Now, this system is not looked as a system that is solely for use by the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. It is a system that was intended for social services and wherever that reaches, so it's not to our ministry only.
And I'm glad you say that, because sometimes you find many times the wheel being reinvented in different spaces, and a more efficient use of resources can happen if silos are broken down. But you spoke about sharing information, and I'm wondering how far does that potentially go in terms of, you may not want to do it the same way for private sector, but do you see the value of private sector buying into one social enterprises and into systems like that, even if it's a manner of directing, okay, well, you may want to help this person or this fence line community? How does that work or play off in this management system?
Well, again, this system is, right, one of the strengths of this system is that sharing ability here. So technology-wise, we have what it takes. So let me give an example with a private sector, not only social services, but let me give an example as with the banks. This ministry pays a lot of money out to our clients. So we're working with the banks so we can have the payment system integrated with the banks, once something is approved, it goes directly to the client's account, you know. So that's part of the partnering that we have with private sector. But also in terms of the social services, a lot of private sectors are involved. But we also have to be careful when we talk about sharing data and the rights of the data owner, you know. So there are different things to share. So it's not only in terms of clients' information, but we can share data like statistics, you know. We can share that kind of data that can help some organizations make decisions. So we have a lot of NGOs. If we have accurate data, then people can make proper decisions in terms of what services they can offer, you know. And the system has a strong business intelligent capacity. So I think the beauty of this system is that the vendor who is building the system has a level of maturity already. So we're not, and you mentioned that word before, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. This system has been tried in other jurisdictions. We are just adapting the system to our domain, but we are going to benefit from a lot of features that are already embedded in the system. And we're going to make use of the things that other people learned before.
And I appreciate the fact that you said that this allows for data-driven response, in the sense that we have the information so we can move from a point of being informed, as opposed to it's just a feeling or I think this will work and moving forward like that. But Mr. Kane, answer the person who says, I find too many people might have my information and I'm not sure. I want to be a little more private than that. What would you tell that person?
Well, we're not in the business of selling information. We're going to use the information and the other ministries that we partner with. That whole information drive and trust is really for the government to be able to provide better services for our clients. So when we have a proper understanding of clients' needs, and when we are able to send a referral to another ministry, really and truly is the client interest that we're seeking, you know. I mean, we share information in all other ways, you know. We have public email and all these are information sharing. But the ministry is going to, of course, when a lot of times when we use the word share, and I'm happy I brought it up, when we use the word share, sometimes people see this an open door. But it's not sharing like that. You know, we're all going to share with rules. And the other ministries that are sharing information with us, they also have rules. So it's not an open door. We share information with ministries for their domain. So we don't give you all the data that we have, but we give you domain specific. Sometimes it's even derived information that we may share. But information is what will...
Thank you very much for that assurance, Mr. Kane. But just before we close, what is the launch date looking like?
The launch date is this fiscal, the mid-year, right? Around mid-year, because we're trying to synchronize the software and also the actual department, the SSCU department, that also has to launch. So we're going to synchronize those two things into one implementation.
All right, so we look forward to that, and we want to thank you for the time giving us some information about it. Really looking forward to it, so we make that facilitation, the word that you were using, so much easier. Director of Information Communication Technology Division at the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services, Paul Kane, and on behalf of the entire TTT News team, thank you so much for joining us. This has been In Depth with me, Dike Rostant.
The winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws for Wednesday, 19th January 2022. At 10:30 a.m., play with number 9, Cattle, with the golden ball. Pick 2, the numbers 34 and 2 in that order, Mega Ball called. Pick 4, the numbers 2, 9, 3 and 3 in that order. At 1 p.m., play with number 19, Horse, Mega Ultra Ball called, with the golden ball. Pick 2, the numbers 8 and 6. In that order, Mega Ball called. Pick 4, the numbers 2, 5, 5 and 9. In that order. At 4 p.m., play with number 6, Belly, Mega Extreme Ball called. Pick 2, the numbers 1 and 10 in that order. Pick 4, the numbers 6, 9, 2 and 5 in that order. And at 7 p.m., play with number 29, Opium Man, Mega Ball called. Pick 2, the numbers 29 and 26 in that order, Mega Ball called. Pick 4, the numbers 9, 9, 0 and 7 in that order. Cashbot, the numbers 17, 1, 11, 3 and 2 in any order, and the multiplier is 1.